Now to local political news on ABC 6 at 5:30. Controversy in New Bedford over updated state admission standards for Voc-Tech schools in Massachusetts that counselors in the whaling city have not put in place just yet. The mayor says a whole lot of students who could really benefit from a Voc-Tech education are now being left out as a result. ABC 6 News reporter Yanni Tregelis has the story.
Discord over admissions. In New Bedford, the question of eligibility for one of its high schools is up in the air. At the New Bedford Regional Vocational Tech High School, city councilors have been reluctant to shift eligibility requirements the state passed for Voc-Tech schools in 2021.
The problem has been they've had a selective admissions process in place that has unfairly excluded a whole lot of kids who could benefit from a vocational education.
This process, Mitchell says, makes it more difficult for some students to receive a quality education. For example, Mitchell points out that only 3% of students at New Bedford Voc-Tech don't speak English as their first language. Meanwhile, at New Bedford High, that's about 30%. A large disparity between two huge schools.
We do see some racial imbalance as a result of their selective admissions policy and even a broader disparity when it comes to students who are in special ed designated classes.
This selective admission process, as Mitchell calls it, has excluded students in protected classes from benefiting from a better education. A proposed admission process which would put less of a priority on academic performance and attendance for incoming high schoolers, and instead be more heavily based on recommendations from teachers. But that's been met with some blowback. Last month, the school committee shooting down the appointment of a committee member that aligned with Mitchell.
So it's not just me saying that. The state has sent 2 warning shots over their bow in the last couple of years.
There are 2 other ways Mitchell says they could balance the scales. One includes a lawsuit, which he says he hopes is avoided. Another by the state stepping in and imposing these changes on the schools. This morning, the Massachusetts Department of Education Commissioner Jeff Riley asked about the issues in New Bedford, saying he's in favor of lottery admission for the students.
I'm curious to see how that works out. Obviously, the state in the future will continue to monitor this to see if any further changes are needed. But for now, we're comfortable with what the school has done to make changes.
In New Bedford, Yanni Tregelis, ABC 6 News.